If you're someone playing this for the first time, you'll want to come here to get a rundown about the basic mechanics of the game. Oh, hold on a second. I remember this guy. There was somebody like him back in Jubilife City. No thanks, I'm not going to make a group since I don't know what those groups are for anyway. I'm taking notes of the teacher's lecture. That's nice. Can I look at this kid's notes? Let's see. Yep, looks like it. Yeah, sure, why not? Before throwing a Pokeball, weaken the target first. Yeah, everyone knows that. A poison or burnt Pokemon is easier to catch. That's true, although I recommend paralysis, freezing it, or putting it to sleep since those status problems won't indirectly hurt the Pokemon you're trying to capture. Leaving battle clears up any confusion. Yes, you could do that instead of risking your Pokemon hating themselves in confusion. Okay, yes, we know what Pokemon trainers are. Visit Pokemon gyms and defeat other trainers. Oh, that's it? Well, I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but okay then, let's move on. Okay, this kid's talking about berries, which I'll be getting a little bit later on in the game, as well as Pokemon being able to hold other items. Alright, now for the blackboard, which will tell me about the various status conditions, starting with Poison. If Poison, a Pokemon steadily loses HP, the poison lingers after the battle and HP is lost as you walk. To cure, use an antidote. Yes, Pokemon lose HP as you walk, but it goes away on its own when it reaches 1 HP. But in future games, your Pokemon no longer lose HP as you walk. However, what it doesn't tell you is that there are two types of poison. Regular poison that deals the same damage, and toxic poison where the damage increases every turn, but the counter resets when you switch out. A sleeping Pokemon doesn't wake up after battle. Yeah, that's true. Although, what it doesn't tell you is that the Pokemon can wake up on its own during battle. Yeah, I don't know why they missed that. So the burn status. Along with hurting you every turn, it also cuts your attack in half, which is pretty inconvenient. Especially if you're using something that has a high attack stats. And now for getting frozen. If your Pokemon's frozen, it can't do anything. It remains frozen after the battle, thawed out with an Ice Heal. So getting frozen only happens as an added effect by moves like Ice Beam, Blizzard, Powder Snow, and other ice moves that involve that condition. But there's no move that causes a Pokemon to get frozen, and that's it. Well, that could change in a few years, who knows. Anyway, this pathway leads you to the Sprout Tower. Oh, listen to this. You can actually catch Bellsprout in there now, unlike in the original games. Excuse me, can you move from there? Thank you. Okay, pick up a hidden Pokeball over here while you're at it. Now, I'm not going to tackle the Sprout Tower quite yet because there's still a lot more things I want to explore. Experience the way of Pokemon to cast aside your doubts. What does that mean? Whatever. Although I will admit, the Sprout Tower has never looked better. Okay, this lady's talking about Faulkner, the gym leader of Violet City, as well as his father. Just who is his father anyway? Faulkner talks about him a lot, but we don't see his father at all. Whatever. So, you can go inside the gym, but you can't take it on right now because you have to do the Sprout Tower first. This wasn't the case in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, just to let you know. In those games, you could choose which one you want to tackle first, either the gym first, then the Sprout Tower, or vice versa. But here, you're forced to do the Sprout Tower first. And knowing what Faulkner is going to have on his team, I'll gladly do the Sprout Tower first. Challenging Faulkner may be too difficult if you haven't gone through their training. Oh yeah, you got that right. I'll be sure to tackle the Sprout Tower first. But not just yet. Alright, what about this character over here? Battle Gym Leader when you did? Yes. Okay, what about if I say no? Is that so? Then study shall you, follow me. So this guy, his name is Earl, the teacher of the Pokemon School. Yeah, the place I was just at. And it's pretty cool how I'm able to keep up with him. Well, actually, this is the game's doing, not me. Now, I did some research about him, and I found some pretty interesting information. First off, his Japanese name is Giovanni, which I find to be pretty bizarre. Secondly, he's talking like Yoda from Star Wars. And seeing him trolling kind of reminds me of the anime where he was dancing around wearing a tutu. Then Brock joined in since he had the hots for the teacher. I believe her name was Miss Priscilla, if I'm not mistaken. Change order and list, make battle easy maybe. Yeah, sure, why not? If Pokemon come out in battle even briefly, some experience points it gets. Oh yeah, now he's definitely talking like Yoda. Keep out weak Pokemon, switch in battle quick. This way, weak Pokemon very strong become. Okay, it's kind of hard to read that. Sure, what else you got? Pokemon have goods and bads because many types. High level Pokemon not win always if bad types. Pokemon with good types for the foe you choose. Smart battle it is. Yeah, if I was reading this from a script, I would definitely struggle a lot. Alright, there are a couple more buildings left in Violet City to explore, such as the Pokeballs. Okay, let's see what they're selling. Pokeballs, potions, antidotes, paralysis heals. Alright, what about the guy over there? Quick balls, huh? Well, that's funny. I could have sworn they were selling net balls here. Or maybe I'm thinking of the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't plan on catching any water types right now. Or bug types. It's important to treat Pokemon with love. Yeah, everyone knows that. Alright, what about this guy? Yes, Pokemon can hold items like that, but they don't know how to use those things. If it's a consumable like, say, a berry or something, they can use that during battle. But if it's a man-made item like a potion, then they can't use it at all because they don't know how to. Okay, pick up Apricot over here. Okay, looks like there's one more house left in Violet City to explore, and then I'll move on. Alright, what about this kid? Ah, yes, that's true. Some Pokemon are pretty big. You have to put them inside their Pokeballs so that way you can enter buildings. But actually, that happens automatically. Yes, that's true. Alright, what's inside this house? Okay, I assume she's talking about nicknames? Yep, I thought so. Strawberry the Pidgey, huh? Nice to meet you. That's nice. Well, if you get a Pokemon during a trade, then you can't nickname the Pokemon at all. Yeah, I don't know why they made it that way. Alright, what about these guys over here? We'll be looking at that in just a few seconds. Gee, I'm not really sure why. Anyway, Route 36. The tall grass that was once here in this area is now gone. Instead, we have a few NPCs talking about how another tree is blocking the pathway. But in reality, it's a Sudowoodo masquerading as a tree. Something should be done about it. Oh yeah, something will be done about it, but not for the time being. Alright, this guy, he's going to give you the HM for Rock Smash. 8 gold, silver, and crystal, you can only get from him after you get the Sudowoodo out of the way. And it was also a TM back then, not an HM. But here, you get it extremely early, which is pretty good. It contains Make 'em Faint Rock Smash. I don't know if I agree with that, because I believe Rock Smash has 40 power in this game. Although it does have a 50% chance at lowering defense, so yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Hidden moves like this are hard for your Pokemon to forget once they've learned them. Yes, that's true. If you want to get rid of an HM move on your Pokemon, then you have to do so via the move deleter. I believe the move deleter has been relocated to Signwood City in this game, just to let you know. Okay, here's a Sudowoodo, but I can't do anything about it right now, so we'll deal with that thing later. Okay, so where we're going now is the Ruins of Alph. There are quite a few items you can get there, but I have to make several back and forth trips in order to get them all. Also, there's a side quest that involves getting all the variants of Unown. But I'm not going to bother with that side quest because I see no point going after Unown. I believe if you catch all of them, someone's going to give you a lucky egg. Now, you know I'm a sucker for that lucky egg, but if I have to go through so much shit just to get the lucky egg, then it's really not worth it. Okay, pick up a hidden tiny mushroom over here. Alright, any more hidden items in the area? Oh, I believe there's one over here. I think that's it for hidden items right now, or maybe I could be mistaken. Anything here? Nope, nothing. Alright, what do we have here? The Ruins Research Center, huh? Okay, what do we have in here? Oh crap, this glitch again? Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of that real quick. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't do anything about that glitch, so I have to deal with that glitch until the end of the game. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is, there's some puzzles here that you want to solve, just like in Crystal. Each rune has 2 puzzles. One involves moving panels around to form an image of a certain Pokemon that a description is describing, and the other puzzle involves using a certain item to access a secret room behind a wall that's at the back of the ruins. Once you open the wall, you'll see a few items to collect, and if you go through the floor, you'll see a message spelled out in unknown letters. Alright, what about this guy? Oh yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Alright, I believe there's a toll house over here. What is over here? Okay, just a few more NPCs. A look and touch tourist site. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that in about a few seconds. Oh yeah, what that guy is saying is true. Back in Crystal, I was moving the panels around, but here, not only can you move them around, you can also slide them around too and rotate them. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I believe the entrance to the main area of the Ruins of Alph is right through here. So right now, there are no unknowns here because I haven't done any of the puzzles yet, but there are some NPCs down here. Now, since there are no unknowns running around, I could actually talk to these people, but once the unknowns get unleashed, these guys disappear permanently. Now, let me tell you something about the unknowns in this game. In the original games, they come in at level 5, but in this game, they come at level 15. And they don't just know hidden power, they also know secret power. So, yeah, once I encounter those things, I'm gonna have to have Bailey fight those things, because if I have Zubat fight those things, then yeah, it's gonna die, and I don't want that to happen because it's gonna be a lot harder for me to raise Zubat's happiness, so that way it eventually becomes a Crobat. Okay, is there anybody over here? Nope. And I don't know about you, but those statues I'm seeing kind of look like Rhydon. Was that the case when I was playing Fire Red and Leaf Green? Because those statues I saw at one point, yeah, they kind of look like Rhydon as well. Alright, what about you? There's nothing here. Not for the time being, but there's going to be something in this room eventually. And once that happens, I'm not going to see that guy ever again. Okay, well, since I have nothing else to do, I'm just going to tackle that first puzzle room. Yeah, the first puzzle I'm going to do, yeah, it's that one that's, I believe, Omanite. Is there anything over here, or do I need Rock Smash? Yeah, looks like I need Rock Smash, so I'm going to have to come back to this area later once I have the ability to use Rock Smash outside of battle. Alright, what do you have to say? Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I can rotate solar panels instead of just moving them. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. No, that was what I was saying a few minutes ago. Sorry about that. What do you mean, wait? I'm going to do that, not you. Okay, this one is, wait, did I say Omanite early on? I meant, Kabuto. Yeah, I knew it was Kabuto, but I just wasn't too sure about that. So yeah, you could, not only move the panels around, but you could also, rotate them as well. This wasn't the case in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. And just like that, it was that simple. But for the other ones, not so much. Okay, now that I solved the first puzzle, now there's going to be unknowns running around. Okay, I believe this guy here, he's going to give me the unknown deck since I released the unknowns into the ruins. Yes, that I did. Maybe not, because, as I said, unknowns come at level 15, and yeah, that's kind of bad because, yeah, they could really do a number on me. Okay, I'm going to get the unknown report from him, but I'm not going to partake in this unknown catching side quest since I see no point in capturing any unknowns. There's a strange presence here. Well, that's going to prompt me to switch Bailey to the front since I don't want Zubat to get killed. Yeah, sorry about that, I'm not really sure what happened. Now, something about this place. If you have an event Arceus from the movie 12, the head researcher from the research center will come out and be shocked at the sight of Arceus, and then they'll be teleported to the Sinjo Ruins. Yeah, I talked about that place a bit when I met Cynthia right as I was about to enter Mr. Pokemon's house. How fitting, since Cynthia does make an appearance at the ruins itself. So as for the Sinjo Ruins, your Arceus can summon either Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina, your choice. They come at level 1, and they come with a special move. Dialga gets Metal Burst, Palkia gets Hydro Pump, and Giratina gets Shadow Sneak. And they come with their respective orbs as well. Now, as for the place itself, I believe the word Sinjo is a combination of the first 3 letters of Johto and Sinnoh. Yeah, that's something I never really stopped to think about. Okay, I think I'm gonna... Okay, maybe I can just run away from this unknown since I don't have a whole lot of time left to defeat it, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So next time, we're gonna get out of here and hopefully make it to the Sprout Tower. See you next time. Peace out.